So Corrine, we're going to talk success stories today. So tell me about your journey about becoming a nail tech.
So I've been doing nails since the dinosaur age. I think I was 17 when I did the training, maybe 18. And I always loved nails from quite a young age. So I used to love getting them done when I was in high school. But I mean, I would be obsessed. I know most teenagers are, but I literally wanted to like mess with the woman's stuff. I'm like, can I ever go with that? And then my mum went and did a nail course. God bless her, she wasn't very good at it. But I used to mess with her stuff at home and be like, oh, I love this. I was obsessed. So when I left school, I went and I just got a job. Like I was just cleaning in I was actually cleaning Primark when it first opened in Manchester, like with agency staff. And I worked in hotels, like doing the chambermaid, like cleaning the rooms. Now the money wasn't great and I knew it wasn't a career that I wanted to keep, but it just paid a wage. And at the time you didn't have online banking and saving apps, so do you remember the savings book? Are you too young for that?
Yes, I do.
So Halifax was around the corner, so every week when I got my wages I'd go round and I'd transfer some of my wage into my saving book to pay for my NSI course. I knew that was what I had to do. So it was like, right, I have to work to earn this is going to change, like this is a career I want that will change my life. So when I went to NSI, that's kind of how it all started. Then I just literally, when you just take to something, you're like, I love this. I just become a bit obsessed. I went home, I was doing everybody's nails. I was even on my boyfriends, my sister's boyfriends, like literally everyone I could get my hands on, I had my hands on them. So, and then it just went from there. I've just never dropped it since. It's just something that I felt really passionate about. And yeah, I've just built on my career from that, really.
And what was your experience like on the course at NSI?
Oh, I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I think if you want to, when you're becoming a nail technician, I think you kind of have something laying dormant inside. I think you've got to want to do it, and you've got to have not a big passion for it because you don't know what it's about, but you've got to kind of have some little bit of
intrigue and curiosity.
Yeah, because if not, and you're just like, oh, I'm just going to do it because, from now me educating as well, like I know the ones that I've got it laying into the ones that haven't, even though they all do well. You've just got to want to do it, because it can be a bit overwhelming at times and it can be really frustrating, like especially when you're working with acrylic because it dries. So you're on a time scale, you've got to get it on. But as long as you're like just dead resilient and don't give up and like, I'm doing it, you will master it and you will crack it. So I think that's one of the things that for me, like it was just having that inside me. I was like, no, I am going to do this. I want to do this, and just powering through. Mandy was my educator back then, and she was just so lovely. And when you think, oh, I just want to be like you, you're so good, you're amazing. And I just loved it. I think the training was just brilliant. I literally did, I think at the time, it was a 4-day course, I'm not sure, I can't remember, and then a 1-day exam, or it might have been 3 days of a 1-day exam. And I just couldn't wait to go back every day. I absolutely loved it. And the just training was brilliant.
And it's become full circle to you now, hasn't it?
Literally, yeah. It really has.
Looking back, what's one thing you learned in training with NSI that you still value today?
That's one thing that I learned in training. Obviously I learned everything that I know. The one thing I will never forget is wipe your brush. Wipe your brush, because if you don't wipe your brush, it's game over. You need a brand new one. You're never getting that clean again. But no, I think little skills like just working with the product. I think with acrylic, I think picking up that bead ratio is the most important thing. If you can't get that ratio right, then you're setting yourself up to fail, basically. So I think that has always stuck with me, like making sure that my bead ratio is right every time.
And practice makes perfect.
Absolutely. I say that now to my students, like practice, it makes perfect.
So why did you initially choose NSI's training courses over others available at the time?
I think at the time, if I'm honest, I think like it was the brand of back then. NSI was like top dog. It was just like everyone wanted to train at NSI, and I don't think there was many brands around. I think they was like the main one. And my mum had trained there, like I said. My mum's friend had trained there, so I think it was like a follow-on thing from that. I didn't, being so young as well, and at the time, back then, I've got to make myself sound really old now, but back then there wasn't all Instagram and there wasn't social media, so you couldn't do as much research as what you did. It was kind of just, that was the place to be, basically.
So you've built a fantastic career and are trusted by celebrities. How did you gain such prestigious clients?
So I actually have my husband's thank for that. It started in lockdown, and he was a builder, so builders at certain times could still go to work, and it was outdoors. It was like on a garden, so I think you could work outdoor at those times. And it was actually Molly's manager that house he was working on, and they must have just got chatting, you know, and she used to make them sandwiches every day, bacon cutters and stuff, which he loved. And she must have said something about the nails, or just like, what does your missus do? And he said nails. She'd all have to try it sometime. And she literally did, and it just went from there, and it just so happens she was Molly's manager as well.
Oh, brilliant.
And then that just like spiraled then. And I think once you get these kind of clients, once you go to them, and you've just got to be yourself, you've got to remember they are just a normal person like us. And when you meet them, don't get me wrong, at first I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, so overwhelmed. And I remember being like, oh, so nervous. And when Molly first came, she was so chilled, so calm. She's like, hi, I'm so excited to get my nails done. Like, it was just normal. And I think just be yourself. Don't be one of them people that's asking a million questions, like interrogating people. Just show a bit of respect. They are a normal person. You've got to think they probably do get it all the time. I get them in the public eye, and when you're out and it's like, can I have a picture of this, that, but I'm not like, I don't want that kind of relationship with them. I don't want them to think like I'm investigating them or and another thing for me, it was like, I am such a like honest and trustworthy person, like as well. I wouldn't want to ask him something. They must think, oh, we need to be careful what we say around here, because what if she goes and tells him? And it's like, I would never ever do that. So again, that's why I don't ask questions, because I don't expect you to tell me, but if you want to tell me, then you know, and things like that. So I think just being yourself, being professional when you go as well, and just giving them the space. Yeah, like with my clients that I do mobile, I feel like they obviously want that service because they like it to be in their own time, away from all that really going on, and it's their personal space. So you just need to go in there. Like if I come into your home now, I wouldn't start asking you a million questions or like taking pictures of your house and doing all that. Just be respectful. I'm going in to do a job and I'm just being me, and then fortunately I'm just a likeable person, I think, and hopefully they love the nails. And it's just gone from there, and then it's just been word of mouth. Then can anyone recommend anyone? And I've just been recommended, like, and then I do a lot of my footballers' wives, and once you do one, they're a team. They tell that one and that one. It's just grew really.
That's brilliant.
It's just been so nice and so refreshing.
Like when I go to my nail tech, for example, you end up telling them your life story, don't you? So it's like the diary, you know, a diary room.
Literally, it is like
what happens at the nail desk
stays at the nail desk. Literally.
We know you've been working and loyal to certain products and brands throughout your career, but you still use NSI acrylic.
I do.
Why is that?
I love it. It's like my baby. It's my go-to. So I just think it's so reliable. It's durable. Like it's just long-lasting, long-wearing. I never get any lifting. And I think I'm one of them people, if you use something that you love, you just always stay with it. Now, don't get me wrong, as a nail tech, like kids in sweet shops, and we want to try a bit of this and a bit of that and get creative. And I do try a lot of brands, and I do use a lot of different things. I don't think, like being a makeup artist, you can't just use one brand. You would have a mixture of different colours and ranges, glitters, pigments and stuff like that. And I feel like that's how you can be so creative, because there is such a wide range. Back in the day, years ago, I just literally just used NSI, and then the more brands that are coming around now, it's nice to try it and things like that, but I will just never stop using my Attraction powders.
And what are your favourite colours?
Purely Pink Mask. I absolutely love it. It's my favourite. I just love them soft pink opaque colours. I think it's perfect for French, for ombre, and it's also perfect just to put as a foundation under. If you want a gel colour over, it's nice to wear it on its own. It's perfect for like people who just want a minimal look, like even brides, like everyone just
it's
loves
like timeless,
it.
isn't it?
It's absolutely, it's gorgeous. Please never stop that, please.
So how has the nail industry changed over your 18 years in business?
I feel like when I first started out, I feel like it was a bit of a dog-eat-dog world. I'm not going to lie. I feel like everyone was gatekeeping. Nobody would, if you had a certain colour on, nobody told you who it was because they wanted to keep that for them. Where now it's so nice. I think the community has come together so much and everyone's just so lovely. I go to a lot of networking events and just to meet other nail technicians and like for like. And I think social media now, it can have its negative side, which you just have to close off from the world, but then it also has its really positives. Like everyone's so supportive. I have nail techs reach out to me all the time asking what products I've used, and I'll happily tell them. They'll even just ask for advice. But I know then that I can reach out to certain nail techs and ask the same. And it's just it's a really nice community to be in. I think now the nail industry, it's lovely.
Yeah,
I love it.
And as well, like you said, there's so many things out there now that you're curious. It sparks that curiosity,
absolutely,
doesn't it?
Absolutely. And it's like I get something new and I'm like, oh, what can I do with
what can I play with today?
Yeah.
So from your experience, what skills or qualities make the difference between a good nail tech and a great one?
I think keeping up with your knowledge. I think nail knowledge, I think it's so easy to slip and forget the important steps, and even just like your cleanliness, your hygiene, things like that. I think since becoming an educator, and I can only say that because I did it myself, I then wanted to become an educator, and when I reread over manuals and refreshed my memory and my knowledge, like I'd forgotten so much. So that's really important, knowing who to treat and who not to treat. I'm seeing it so much now, people having reactions and people just putting products wherever they want. Like, for example, acrylic on people's toes is an absolute no-go for me. I actually do toenail reconstruction now and use a special formulated product for that, and acrylic has been a lot of the damage and cause to some of my clients' toes now, as it's really hard and the pressure it causes in the shoes and stuff like that, the bruising. So I think just knowledge is key, and as well keeping up with modern trends. So back then all I did was acrylics. Now we've got builder gels and things like that, and I think you have to keep up with the current trends, but keep your training, keep on top of your training, like never stop learning. I think as a nail tech, my number one thing is you can never stop learning. You can never know enough. I think, okay, I've done nails for 20 years, I've got all that knowledge under my belt, but I still don't know absolutely everything. But if any of my students come to me and said, what about this? If I didn't know, that is it then. I'm finding out because I want to know myself. You know, like one of them, like I love knowledge. I've just gone back and done my level 3 again, just to refresh my memory and stuff like that. I just love learning.
I think as well, like you said, the industry has come together now, and matched with social media. I think, you know, there's so many groups that you can go on to ask a quick question.
Absolutely.
And everyone's quite supportive, aren't they? You've got one, you know, a snippet of advice here and there. You know.
And there's so many educational reels on Instagram now. Some I read that I don't agree on, and some I'm like, but I never comment. I never, if that's one nail tech thing, that's fine. But I would never be argument and be like, well, that's not right, this is that. I have my own views, and I just do things the way I like to do it, and make sure that it's at a high standard, really. But there's so many educational like reels out there as well, and like TikTok, like just like a basic builder gel manicure, you could just watch one of them, and even that is a form of just keeping up with them skills and just watching how other people do stuff. Not everybody's always got the money to put into training and funding, but even just watching YouTube videos, TikToks, you can pick up so much. So I sometimes, if I want to do a little bit of nail art, and think, oh, how would I start that now? Like I'll watch something and think, oh you know.
Definitely. So what's one piece of advice you'd offer to someone considering becoming a nail technician?
That if you're scared, just do it, because on the other side of it is success, and I've learned that a lot on my journey, from having a salon to selling my salon to going into an academy to just so many steps. If I'm scared of something and I do it, it's always paid off, because you have that like thing in your belly. If you know you want to do it and it's something that you're really interested in, you're passionate about, then just go and do it. Like, just believe in yourself. That is the biggest thing you can do, believe in yourself. And if you think, I can't do that, like I'm not going to be any good, what do you think Mandy thought of my first set of nails? Like I would love to, I wish I had a picture. And but basically they're saying, I have this as quotes in my manuals, like the expert was once a beginner. So, and that literally, like, so everybody who is in, no matter what field you're in, no matter what your job role is, one day at some point in your life you was a beginner and you didn't have a clue about that, and someone's learnt you and trained you, and we have so many experts in so many different things in the world. Like, why can't you be that one person?
And I think as well, even for newly qualified technicians getting started, it's kind of like they might have that
just
snippet
believe
of fear.
in yourself. Just honestly believe in yourself, keep going, practice as much as you can, get a training hand. Mandy nicknamed ours Truda. I don't know if she still calls me Truda to this day, but she was called Truda. She was my best friend, and every night I'd get her out and I'd give her a little acrylic set. Pretty much every night. Do all my designs on her and everything, and I now use them in my training in class, as well as on yourself, if you can work on yourself as well, because that's like the real deal.
So do you ever think of yourself as your younger self when you're training other people? Then what would you say to your younger self in that classroom?
Like, don't be scared. You've got nothing to worry about. Like, you've got this. Come on, you're going to be amazing. Like, big yourself up. Just say, I am going to do. Like, I am really big on affirmations at the minute now. So it's like, no, I'm good. I've got this. I'm resilient. I'm not giving up. I can do it. You know, just tell yourself really amazing things. And even now, if I want to do something, I think, oh, I'm like, right, be nice to yourself. Be kind. Come on. I can be on the gym, running the treadmill. I'm like, absolutely out of breath, and I'm like, come on, Corinne, you can do it. You've got 2K. Come on, you're nearly there. Come on, you can pretend that's the finish line. Talk to myself, and that it literally can make you sound a bit doolally, but if you do it, you see a lot of people talking in the mirror to themselves, saying their affirmations, and I really, really believe it helps massively, because if you don't believe in yourself,
it's got to start with you, hasn't it?
Absolutely, you've got to.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Corinne. It's been lovely to have you in NSI as well this afternoon, and hopefully we can catch up again soon.
Oh, definitely, thank you, and thanks for my goodies as well. I'm excited to try them.